And a good morning to you all. It is a Monday. Hey, hope you had a great weekend. This was a nice weekend for us. Um, we had, first of all, it was nice to know that Hurricane Ian didn't really give us any rainfall here locally, as far as I can tell. We have family in Philly, though, and boy, they got hammered with the rain, kind of like how we got with our lake effect last week. And they needed the rain, really. My sister-in-law called and said, "Yeah, we got a lot of it, and they're going to get more down there in the Philly area for today." And such is the way of things. So that's good to hear. What was nice, what was really nice, particularly on Sunday. First of all, we had the pumpkin walk. That was at by the Master Gardeners there at Waldameer, and my wife and I, and dozens and dozens of volunteers. The pumpkin walk. If you haven't gone to it in the past, consider it for next year. There are hundreds of pumpkins, and it takes a lot of work to get those pumpkins fixed up there. But boy, it was windy, but not too bad. So we all had fun there, my daughter and wife and I. And then my wife went into cooking mode. There's a reason that October, November, December are my favorite 3 months of the year. I like summer. I enjoy spring. I enjoy even the winter time when it's not too windy. But when I spent after the cleanup in the morning, we pretty much spent the afternoon watching TV, watching the game and just cutting apples, making apple pie. She made soup. We had all sorts of good stuff there, and that's why I just love October, especially for that. When she gets into cooking mode, and I just kind of clean up or help out when you can. It's a lot of fun, and we had some great fun there and good stuff. But sometimes you still get a little hungry. I mean, despite all the food that we had yesterday, and the pie was fantastic, by the way. You got to have a little pick me up here. We went shopping too on Friday, and I always forget to pick up some peanuts. So I got the dry roasted here. It's got sea salt in it. I do have to watch the sodium. So what do we got here? Quarter cup. I'll probably have maybe a half cup. 300 milligrams of sodium. Could be worse. You little sat fat. Where's saturated fat? Do peanuts have saturated fat? Do they add something in here? Garlic powder, paprika, natural flavor? No. Okay, so peanuts just have a little saturated fat in them. Oh, well, I guess I better watch. Such is the way of things. Well, we got some beautiful weather here, and here's a real pretty shot. This is a live shot out of Conneaut Lake here for this morning. And sunrise is now at 7:20. So we got nice, neat little clouds here, little cloud formations there in the distance, and just some great weather as we start out the day here. And I figure we're going to have some good stuff there. Probably a little bit on the frosty side. Some temperatures around the area, as you can see. Some of these are about an hour, maybe a couple hours old, but still down to 30 in Corey, Frosty. Becky, if you're on there, I know you still had some frost there. Edinburgh, Lori reported some frost on Bob's truck, right? So if Bob's truck had frost on the windshield, I have to assume that Lori, I don't see her on here yet, but Lori must have her car in the garage. We know who wears the pants in that family. It was it was the same way. My car was always outside all the years, for many years. So I had the car outside scraping off all the snow. And you know what? After a while, you get kind of sick of it. And 2-3 years ago, my son and I made a concerted effort to clean out the garage enough to the point we can get both cars in. And that's the way it is since. Now, my wife thought it was going to be just in the wintertime. But you know what? I like it there all year round. And it's one of the few battles that I've managed to win in keeping the car in the garage because, water, one mechanic said water, the worst enemy of a vehicle is water. So I'd say, let's keep it in. And that will save us from maybe having to buy a car that turned into rust after so long there. So that's the way things are looking for us. My one victory in the house. Hey, David Hupp, good morning to you. Hello, Bunny Hopper. Barb out there in Cambridge Springs, a frosty 32 out there for this morning. Hey, Deborah. Hello to you. Good morning to you. Bob and Sue out in Jacksonville. Hope all is well with you. Hello, Cheryl out in Northeast. Well, thank you so much, Cheryl. We try our best each day. Danielle, good to see you out there in Mercer. Nice to see you here this morning. Hey, Linda, good to see you out there in 96, South Carolina. You got a beautiful day there. We have a beautiful one here. Hello, Phyllis. 36 broccoli cheese soup today. Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong with broccoli cheese. You have yourself a good one there. 36 out the borough. Lori had 36 earlier as well, as you can see here on our map here. Scott, good to see you this morning. Hey, Sue, out there in Pittsfield. A frosty 30 degrees. All right, good for you. Got that remote from Real Audio. Nice there. Just love it. And I'm thinking about it, perhaps. Maybe I'll get one. Maybe not there. Whether today, this is a good time. The other thing that my wife and I talked about was, starting to maybe winterize the yard a little bit. And this week is a good day. Today's a good day for it. High pressure sliding into eastern Canada, ridging really into the Midwest here, and that's given us great weather. Here's the remnants of Ian, actually far offshore here, but there's an upper level system here giving plenty of rain to Philly, rain also into New York City, Washington, that I-95 corridor with some much needed rain. Now that high is going to be the dominant feature for us, and it's going to hang around really for the next several days here as we go right to the 7-day forecast here. It doesn't get oh, I got the boat in the barn for good. His truck is booted outside for now. Atta girl, Lori, as long as your vehicle stays in the garage. That's how life works here. Maybe you can have Bob build a little extension, okay? He seems kind of bored lately. I'm sure he wouldn't mind building an extension on the garage for his honey. Right, Bob? Right? He'll do it. Anyway, we're looking at temperatures in the 60s here for Tuesday, Wednesday. This is a nice stretch of weather, and I'm sure we'll be outside. Just kind of, we're not going to go into full winter mode here, but it's probably not a bad idea to get some, maybe probably get some of the chairs, maybe start stacking the chairs or bringing in some of those summer plants that you keep till fall, hoping that they'll last. Ours are pretty much not that way. And hey, with the way the weather's looking, we had some frost this morning. Tonight will be frosty as well. If you had frost this morning, you'll have frost again. The difference here is with the winds dying down a little bit more, even those of you say even as close as Route 20, sometimes between 20 and 90, I think a lot of you escaped it this morning, but that may not be the case for tonight. But the only place where I think is almost, has a pretty good guarantee of no frost will be north of 20 and out toward the airport. Out toward the lakeshore. There could be some frost. So keep that in mind. If you got the plants out, maybe, our garden's done. But my daughter still has some good stuff out her way because she actually takes care of it on a regular basis. It's great to have free time. So that's something you may want to consider as well. So you got it, Lori. Make sure he builds that extension for you. And thank you, Barb. Glad you could join us here. Moxie Jim out there in Tennessee. Good to see you this morning. Glad to see you all as well. Hello, Rose out there in Meadville. Yeah, we've got, we have some mums out front, and we're, you got it there, Lori. Spread it out. It's never too early to get things, get the plants prepared for winter so they look nice in the spring. So spread it generously, okay? have Bob grab it with his hand. It's a lot more fun to watch him do that. We're having some. Bob's not going to like me very much if he doesn't already after this live chat here. But hey, I got to fly, everyone. Enjoy your day. Again, enjoy this nice weather coming up our way with the sunshine. And we'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Take care.